Got to get that money on.
Yeah, not for real. So hopefully I can get me a truck pretty soon. That's the plan.
There you go. That's sick.
I'm looking at some Rangers and some F-150s and just
Are you still rocking the Mini Cooper right now?
nah, bro. That thing broke down. All right, we are going live. I'm gonna post this on Instagram real quick, and then we can just go ahead and start. There might be a few people who end up watching on live. Sometimes people will text in chat. Sometimes they don't. It just depends, you know.
Okay. Will I be able to see the chat?
No, I don't think so. I think
All right.
you because you can only see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my screen, like I'll show you. Hold on.
All right.
My
Bet.
screen has you and me on it, and then it has like the banners that I got
Mm.
that I also do. So I'll show you. Um, yeah, this is what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's not what mine looks like.
Yeah, you just see my whole room. Like I got the stuff blocking certain parts of my room and stuff. So that's what it will look like on the
When
video when I post it on YouTube.
when you usually do these interviews, do they like do they do it like off the dome, or do they usually have notes?
It depends on who it is. Like B Hall just did it off the dome.
Oh yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
really because he had just gotten back from a dinner, and he like barely had time to look at the script. And then like one of the first guys I did with Troy, he kind of like read it over, and
Yeah.
then
You
yeah,
know
it's just I mean it's different,
I'm
but you know
prepared.
you wrote down answers. You came prepared.
Come on now.
That's good. That's why you
When
was
I
on Dean's
thorough,
list.
I want to make sure I make my point because I'll just start babbling about nothing if I don't.
Well, it's okay if you want to babble a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone just typed in the chat, but I don't think you're able to see that. And why am I not signed in so I can't reply? What are we doing?
You think it's a real person?
Now there's people on here who type on the chat all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
like they just said hello. How are you? We doing good, man. We about to do a live stream. We're
Yes,
going
sir.
into let me go into the multi-stream chat. It'll probably let me type on there. Yeah. They said yes, I'm real to answer your question. Like, see, I can see there's like in the middle of my screen there's a chat box. Like I have a
Mm.
chat box, but you can't. You can only see me.
Yeah, I can only.
They said I ain't AI.
He
Emphasize
ain't AI. Bet.
emphasis on the ain't.
All right, sweet.
Um, all right, I'm gonna do the intro real quick, and then we can just go into the questions and everything. All right.
I bet.
They said they like your shirt.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to the Sunday Ace Industry stream. I hope that you guys are all doing really well. I'm really excited to welcome my boy Dean Mockel on the stream for the first time. Me and Dean actually transferred out of Missouri Western around the same time. He was actually on one of my very first YouTube videos, which is really cool. And he ended
Bet.
up going to Missouri Baptist University, and he's been enjoying himself there. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Dean, why don't you just give a little spiel about yourself before we, get into these questions?
All right, yeah. So I'm Dean Meckel, and I'm a sophomore in the field. And I'm kind of playing everywhere. I'm kind of a utility guy. Like last year, we had a bunch of linebackers, and our D line wasn't so hot, so they had me as a big special teams guy and a big edge rusher. I was in a lot of packages for speed and just to get me on the field to see what I can do. Really excited for this next year. I am recently coming off I got surgery on my shoulder, tore my labrum last season, which was unfortunate, but it's part of football. It happens. It's one of the risks you got to be willing to take. So yeah, just trying to get back from that and excited for next season.
Yeah, And I know you'll get back from it. You be in the weight room. You
Oh
in
yeah,
bed, man. You
oh, yeah,
you be lifting them weights. I think everybody really liked the clips too. How you put the that video of you
the power.
power cleaning. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was how much was that? It was 3 plates at 25 and
it was not. It was just 330. It was just 330.
330. I mean, still that's heavy power cleaning that.
Yeah,
I know I'm
yeah.
not doing no 330. Shoot, the most I ever did was like I think it was like 280, 290. Yeah, I've never done
I
three.
mean,
I've never
different
went
position
past three.
or different weight. Like
Yeah,
it's 280 is good.
yeah. You also have you also have really good power clean form too, which is also why I think you're so good at it.
Yeah,
You know how to pull the weight up
no,
fast, snatch it, and
it's a big
drop.
part of it for sure.
Yeah, no, it is a big part of it. They said W haircut. The dude in the chat who's been talking, they said they
Appreciate
like your shirt. Jesus is always first, and they
it.
say
Thanks.
never give
The
up.
back is better. The words might be a
Show
little
it off.
inverted.
Show it off.
The words might be inverted, but like
Oh, that's cool.
Jesus is the ultimate deadlifter.
Oh, that's cool. That is true.
Yep.
No, that's very true. I know that cross would have been heavy. Let's circle back. Let's get into some of the segments that we got. Some of the questions we got planned for you. So, first question is: so you transferred at the same time I did. So, what was the transition for you like personally?
Personally, it was a little humbling. Like from going to a team that I loved and a coaching staff that I knew and a standard that I knew to having to redo it all and prove myself over again. It's it's humbling. You gotta take it day by day. You gotta learn the coaches. You gotta learn the new standard, the new expectations, and take it day by day. Just getting better each day.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that. I could definitely agree with that. It was pretty humbling. Like you're trying to go out there and put yourself out there for coaches that may have never even heard of you before, and
Right.
now you're trying to like show them, what you have to offer. It's kind of like a whole restart from going from high school to college ball, and I totally
Literally.
get that. I
Yeah.
can relate to that for sure. So I remember when we were working out every day, and Looney when we were
Yep.
trying to stay in shape before we went to the schools that we're at. And
Right.
I mean that in itself is humbling because we can't use the equipment and stuff that we used to use at Missouri Western, and then we
Literally.
just got to
Literally.
get it on our own kind of thing. But it was fun though.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
fun. So next question is, what was the biggest difference you noticed between the programs?
I mean, honestly, to like keep it a buck, it was the weightlifting and the conditioning and all that. Like at Missouri Western, like Fierce had us working hard,
Yeah,
pushing heavy weight all the time. So running hard, sprinting, getting faster. And here at Mobap, we do work out and we do run, but I think a lot more of it's more plyometric and explosives and really just getting the form down, which I think there are like good things and bad things about both. Like to get stronger and to put on muscle, you have to push the heavy weight. You have to, go till failure and reach hypertrophy and all that with your muscles. But another big thing is, the best accountability is availability. You can't be injured and pushing heavy weight and running hard all the time. Like recovery goes a long way. And if you're not locked in on that, it can be pretty demoralizing just because you're not getting any better. You're always hurt.
yeah,
So I would say with just the whole like strength department and all that,
yeah.
because I would say our trainers here are pretty good. Not like the not like the training room we had in Mo West. Like we don't have any like hot cold tubs all the time,
Yeah,
but we still get individual attention and all that. So it's
yeah,
still good. It's just different.
yeah. No, I kind of similar with me because I don't know what they did at Missouri Baptist, but when I was going from Missouri Western to Lindsey Wilson, like during the summer, you know how we did the summer workouts at Missouri Western where we got there in what June or July and we started just working out and conditioning before fall
Yeah,
camp. At
yeah,
Lindsey Wilson, it's like they send you what they want you to do. So everything in terms of training, in terms of conditioning and lifting is all on you. You're accountable
yeah,
for all that stuff, and
yeah.
you come back to the school a couple of days before fall camp, and there's a conditioning test that they have you do,
Hmm.
and that's how they kind of see who has been taking it serious and who hasn't. So that's one of the differences that I kind of noticed when I was going from Missouri Western to Lindsey Wilson. Like some schools, they'll be very involved with it in terms of like what they do with the training, conditioning, and then some schools like they'll hold the players a little bit more accountable, and then they
Right.
expect more of you. Like when you get there, they expect you to be ready, kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
can relate to that.
Yeah. At MOBAP, luckily living close to the school allowed me to go to all the summer workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So when that conditioning test did come, I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, they had two. They had like two conditioning tests, like one in halfway through the summer, and then one that was like right before fall camp. And like
Yeah.
you had to at least go to the one before fall camp. But I think it was like if you, it was if you went to both of them, it was some rule like, not that you had to run less, but you didn't have to do something. I can't even remember. It feels like so long ago, even though it was only
Oh, yeah.
under a year. But it was something along those lines where
Yeah.
it's just like self accountability kind of thing, you know?
Right. How bad you want it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how bad do you want it? So the next question I got for you. So, did transferring reset your mindset at all?
It definitely reset my mindset. I kind of just stopped thinking long term and focused on the day to day, winning each day, like the little things, focusing on the little things, because I think that transfers over as well. How are you going to win football games if you can't, you know, just do the little things right?
Yeah.
Like, and that was outside of the football, like in the classroom and how you live your day to day life. But I also think that like getting 1% better each day, stacking days, like eventually it's gonna separate myself from the other competition if I just work on me.
Yeah.
And not focus on depth charts and other things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that answer, um, because I definitely think if you're somewhere at a program and you're staying there for a little bit longer than say when the school that you transfer to, you probably are thinking a little bit more long term. But when you're in somewhere new and you're in a new environment, you can only control literally what you can control because
Right.
you don't have like a resume built up there. You don't really
Right.
have any
Yeah.
pool.
Yourself.
Yeah, so you just have to just focus on yourself and what you can do every day. So I totally agree with that, and I think that's important for people to hear if they are trying to go somewhere else. Like if you are going somewhere else from one school to another, you got to realize like not only do you have to show them what you're capable of, but you got to kind of prove it to yourself that like you didn't do it for no reason. You didn't
Right.
from here to there for no reason. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
My next question is, so you've made a lot of plays on special teams. How important is that role for a young linebacker?
I mean, honestly, I think special teams is a huge role for anyone wanting to see the field. It's really an easy tell if you want it bad or not, because you can always, if you can run, hit, make a play, and stay disciplined on special teams, coaches know they can rely on you defensively too.
Yeah.
Being out in special teams is like it can make or break a play. It could be a turning point, a momentum shift, anything like sniffing out a reverse on a kickoff and making a big hit and forcing a fumble is a total and like change to the whole team's like mindset and just changing the environment and the overall what am I trying to like the overall like attitude, I guess,
Yeah.
of the like
I was
if you
gonna say
want to
energy.
play, you want to see the field fast, it's special teams is the way to go.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, and I think it's important especially for younger players coming up and say they're only starting on special teams, but they want to play their position. I mean, coach just got to trust you, and
Right.
if you can't do your job on kickoff or kickoff return, punt, punt return, or even extra point, they're not going to trust you to line up an inside linebacker, receiver, quarterback. They're not going to
Exactly.
trust you to do any of those things. If you
For
can't
sure.
even show that on the field and those really quick, fast paced plays like special teams plays that you can't just focus and do your job right there. They're not going to trust you enough to go do a long drive on defense or offense. That's just how it works. So
Right.
um,
Plus, and I don't know why people wouldn't want to do special teams. Like you just
yeah,
get to go run as fast as you can and hit somebody. Like it's
yeah,
fun.
yeah. I feel like sometimes, especially like if you're growing as a player and you're becoming more of a veteran player, I feel like a lot of time there's a fall off because you want to focus on what you're doing at your position, and
Right.
say like you played there for 3 years and you see young people coming up, you're thinking like, man, I just want to focus on what's going on right here instead of
Right.
worrying about special teams. But at the end of the day, if you can go one play on special teams and make a difference there and still go do your drive on offense or still go do your drive on defense, you're helping your team out more than you would be if you just did your defense or your offensive
Right.
drives, because it's
Exactly.
just one extra play. You should be conditioned enough to be able to do that. And so,
Yeah.
and me personally, I mean, I was on every special teams and I was playing defense, so there was never anything in my mind saying, man, I like, oh, I don't want to go on kickoff, or I don't want to go, block a punt.
Yeah.
Or, I want to go block a punt. Like, put me out there, and then like
Right.
let's have them backed up, on their own side of the 20, something like that.
Right.
So it's a
Right.
mentality thing, I think, for sure.
Yeah. From going from kickoff straight to defense, or defense straight to KOR, whatever it is. I mean, I was getting 60 to 80 snaps a game just off special teams and those little packages alone. I mean, it does add up. You do get tired, especially
Oh
if it's over and over. Like, you don't really have any breaks, but no, I mean, I still loved it. I still wanted to be a part of it.
yeah.
I remember one week they took me off of it just to like save myself, and I went up to the special teams coach and I was like, no, like, put me back on.
Put me back
Like,
in, coach.
I'll be fine. Like, put me back on.
Oh Lord, that's funny. Um, okay, so the next question I got. So, what does special teams teach you about effort and discipline?
Well, with special teams, I think, especially on film, effort shows up. Like, you can tell if someone's not running full speed.
Yeah.
Like, it teaches you to go full speed every play too. Like transferring over to defense and just flying around the field making plays. With discipline, it's really about doing your job, staying in your lanes, blocking your guy. Because if one person doesn't do their job, the whole play can be messed up, and the other team can make a play. And if you try to focus on somebody else's job, then two people aren't doing the right thing, and it just you got to do what you got to do and what you're told, and you got to do it fast and aggressive.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Special teams is way faster than per se, offensive defensive drives, just because it's just that one drive. There's no
Right.
second first
One play.
first second third down. Yeah, it's just that one drive. So
Right.
or play, I mean. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Um, my next question is, so do you approach it like this is my opportunity every time, that you're out there? Would you
100%. I mean, you never know what's going to happen on that play. I mean, there's been plays where I have loafed and a fumble has been caused, and I wasn't there because I was loafing. And if you just go full speed, I would have made the play and recovered the ball. I think every play is an opportunity because you got to treat it like it's your last play, because I mean, it might be. You never know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen out there on the football field. You got to leave it out all on the field. And I think that helps me with regrets, like not like say after the game, looking back, like could I have done this differently? Could I have done this differently?
Yeah.
But the way I try to carry myself on the field just by playing relentless and playing fast, I don't have those regrets.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I like how you said you gotta look at it like it could potentially be the last play, and you gotta just play
Yeah.
like it's your last. Just leaving it all out on the field. I think that's a really good mentality to have about it, for sure. We're gonna switch and we're gonna talk about some of the stuff that you're doing right now, as far as like spring training, spring ball, that stuff.
Okay.
So, what's training been like this off season?
Pretty intense. I mean, early morning workouts, early morning sprints, and then let's see, I work out 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I try to get my own on during the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday, Thursdays, we have 6 a.m. running on the field, ready to go at 6 a.m. Thursday, we have a team meeting and a team activity. I think the fact that it's all early in the day helps with the schooling aspect, just because I'm done. On most of my days, I'm done by 10 a.m. with the football aspect, and then it's my day to do my homework and watch film and get whatever extra work I need to in. I like I'm trying to work on specific weaknesses right now, like breaking them down and trying to build them back up, and really focusing on the mechanical, like fine minute details part of the game.
Okay. No, that's good, man. What are the specific things that you're harping on more than others in terms of
I
like
would
the
say
weaknesses?
I would say honestly getting my strength back because my shoulder surgery I wasn't able to work out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean with muscle memory that'll come back. But really just get to my playing weight. I want to be like 217 to 220
Mm-hmm.
this season. I played a little heavier last year because they had me off the edge against the O line, so I tried bulking up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think like lateral horizontal speed as well. I think if you have that speed and the ability to change directions like that, I think it separates those who have the strength, because
Yeah.
I think strength is a very important aspect of football.
Yeah.
And I think everybody works out and everybody wants to be strong for football, but I think they overlook certain aspects of the speed and agility part.
Yeah. Speed kills, man.
It
It's
really does.
not. It's not a lie.
It really does.
Yeah. It's about who can, get to that spot on the field faster or get to the ball faster. That's
Yeah,
sometimes that's what it comes down to.
it's a game of inches, and
Yeah.
it's a matter of being late or being on time. Like
Yeah.
if you shoot the right gap and you make the play in the backfield, or you were late and he just bounces it to the outside and takes it for a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, you ain't lying. um, the next question. So, what's the biggest thing you're trying to improve before fall camp?
I would say just because of my year not being an inside linebacker, I would say like processing speed, like the ball snaps and the play's read, like I know what's going on, like
Okay.
processing the reads and making a decision and trusting myself to go trigger onto that. Faster reads is faster plays, like I said in the earlier question.
Yeah. No, I that completely makes sense, and I agree with you. I think IQ and just knowing the play calls and kind of just knowing what's
Yeah,
going on in the field can really help out a lot,
for
especially
sure.
because like how we talked about, speed kills, but making quick decisions is also really
Yeah,
important too. Whether you want to shoot that gap or if you want to wait, like how the back is waiting. You see how
right,
patient he's being. All right, let's see what he's about to do, so I'll be there before he's there, kind of deal. So
right,
I totally agree that processing speed, decision making, high IQ on the field, especially in the inside linebacker. When you have to shoot gaps and when you have to,
for sure.
crash edges and set edges and things like that. It's really important to have really quick decision making on those really fast run plays, and even on some of the pass plays. Like quick slants and things like that. You got to be able to process like, oh, it's a play action. They faked it. It's really a pass. Look to your left and right. Where's they gonna throw it to? You got to be
Right.
ready for that kind of thing. So, I think that's a really good answer. Um, so the next question is: so as an inside linebacker, what are you focusing on? Speed, reads, strengths. Which ones are you focusing on? You kind of talked about most of these,
Yeah, I was about to
but
say I already touched on. I mean, all three, right? Like they're all important, but reads and lateral speed.
mm-hmm.
I mean, strength is all important, is always important, and like being more physically dominant than the man across from you is helpful. But I think like that lateral speed, getting to the place I need to be faster, and getting off blocks faster, I think it'll just make me a better football player overall.
Yeah. Do you have a specific move that you like to do whenever an O lineman or a running back's blocking you? Like, what's your go-to move when they?
If it's a running back, I used to get people all the time at MOS with this, especially Rel, especially that. I would run if I could, and I would stop right in front of them. I wait for them to shoot their hands, and as soon
Yeah.
as they do, I just swim move them.
Swim move. Yeah.
Yeah, I just try to be faster than wait for them to make a decision, and I react.
Yeah.
But off the line, if I'm going against a tackle, I love just a swipe or trying to beat them outside, just
Mm-hmm.
or flying upfield and cutting inside, just trying to
Yeah.
beat them with speed instead of strength.
Yeah. I had to use some moves sometimes when I was blitzing off the edge, but I was mainly out of the box, but I just had to
Right.
be a force factor in case something happened. So
Yeah.
I would always ask guys what their favorite move was, and I try to copy it. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's a little bit harder. You know, I'm lankier. I'm
Right.
not really built for inside or having my
Right.
hand in the dirt. But just
Right.
having that, you know, that knowledge, it really helps with those moves. So
Yeah.
I always like to ask what the favorite move is.
No, for sure.
Um,
Sure.
so my next question is: so how different do you feel physically compared to last year?
I mean, honestly, I would say I'm definitely physically weaker just because dealing with injury and I have been able to work out and the level of working out we were doing at Mo West. Like athletically wise, I don't think I've ever been as strong as I was at Missouri Western.
Mm-hmm.
Like Coach Fierce had us squatting 400 plus pounds for 20 at 6 a.m. on
Yeah,
a
it's
Friday.
crazy.
Like it's
Yeah.
just it was a crazy mental strength and physical strength and
Yeah.
speed and all that there. But it's going to come down to how bad do I really want it once I am able to, and if I can bounce back or not. But I think I'll be able to because I do want it, and I'm excited to be back, and I'm ready to be back, and so I mean I'm definitely going to be hitting it hard in the weight room
Yeah.
this season.
I was gonna say, do you do extra? Because I know, I mean, you work out all the time. I know you're a little gym rat. Do you like do workouts on your own asides from the ones that you do at your school at Missouri Baptist?
Yes, yes, because with the program we have right now going on, it's a lot of just explosives like lunges,
Mm-hmm.
hamstring work, a lot of just legs, hip thrusts, all that stuff. We don't really focus on upper body too much. So I try to hit, like an arm day or
Mm-hmm.
hit some extra core, some back, curls, curls for the girls. They say that.
Yeah. Girls
Like
for the girls.
like like biceps really like looking at it do nothing in the football
No, they
aspect.
don't. Yeah,
Like they
no.
just look they
Triceps is what's more
It's
important
all
to see that.
triceps, yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to hit a little bit of extra arms, just get a little bit extra work in
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, no, I hear that, and I agree with you too. Though, like, it is important to sometimes too. Like, you got to think about it. That can also be used as an intimidation factor against your opponents. Like, they see, oh, he's big and bulky. Let me
For sure.
try to like do something instead of trying to meet him head on. Like, it might make them less aggressive, like in terms of blocking, in terms of
For
how
sure.
they run their route, things like that. And so it can help
Yeah.
passively, in terms of like the cosmetic look of
Right. No, I mean,
weights and stuff. So
I feel like that it's with everybody. Like you're on the football field and you
yeah,
see, jacked 6%
yeah,
like mean machine out there. Like you're probably like, yeah, that guy's pretty good.
yeah. No cap. No, I agree with that. I was gonna ask you something else before I went to this next question about weights and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. So you said you went and got surgery on your shoulder. So how long ago was that when that happened?
So I was 4 months post surgery on Friday.
This
Just as
past
fast.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I after I had the doctor's appointment on the 25th, he cleared me for everything but like bench and overhead press.
Okay.
So I can really start getting back into back and legs and arms and all that stuff. Really getting back with all that stuff right now. But I just have to wait. I have to wait another month to be able to clear it for bench and shoulders.
And it's March 1st, so
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be all right by April.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have
I'll be.
April, May, June,
It'll
July.
come back.
Yeah,
It'll come back quick.
yeah, yeah. You'll be all right, man.
Yeah.
And you be lifting like crazy, so
I try.
you try. They gonna see that video and they be like, he does more than try. You looked like you was off crack in that video after you got it too. You were
Oh, dude,
smacking each other and stuff,
I've
man.
never been so hype after a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
uh, okay, so my next question is: so we talk about mental growth. So what do you do to stay locked in mentally as you're chasing a starting position for inside linebacker?
I think I already kind of touched base on this, but
Mm-hmm.
I focus on daily wins, not obsessing over the depth chart, like winning today's workout, winning, today's film session, today's practice, like just setting myself better than I was the day before.
Yeah.
Really me versus me, because if you get 1% better every day, it's going to add up over time. The days stack, and eventually it's going to separate myself with those who aren't taking it as seriously, and it's going to
Yeah.
show. The coaches are going to see that.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'm glad you're looking at it like that too, because sometimes and you've probably seen it too. I know I've seen it just from how long I was playing. Like people can get this just negative kind of facade kind of mentality when they see somebody that coaches decide, okay, we're gonna play him, but at the end of the day, like they're just setting you up to make you better. Like it's competition. It should be
Right.
healthy competition. There shouldn't be
Right.
no ill will towards it. It should just motivate you. It should, generate a
Yeah.
fire into you, and
Sure. Like at the end of the day,
yeah,
you're all brothers. You're all
yeah,
team. Like it can't. I think competition is a great thing because it pushes each other to be better. Because no one wants to lose,
yeah.
especially to the guy they're competing with,
Mm-hmm.
and for the season and who's going to start over who. But I think people get so focused with trying to be better than everybody else, they lose focus of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and it just spirals down.
Yeah. No, you're totally right, man. For a young player, you're pretty wise, man. I'll tell you that.
I
Oh
try. No, I try.
man. So what keeps you motivated during the grind and when nobody's watching?
Really, because I know eventually somebody will be watching.
Mm.
Like people say, your character is what you do when no one's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Whether like I tried holding myself to a higher standard, leaving everything on the field. Coaches are constantly trying to get us all better, and
Mm-hmm.
just with I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I'm
So
following
repeat
you.
the question one more time.
So what keeps you motivated? Yeah. Okay. My bad. My bad. We'll go over it again. I just stuttered. What keeps you motivated during the grind when nobody's really watching?
Yeah, I mean, knowing the coaches will be watching, and they say nobody's watching you, but
Yeah.
they just say that to see how you react,
Yeah.
how you want to work when you think no one's watching you, but they're watching.
Yeah.
Like they notice everything.
No,
Like they're
without a
not
doubt.
they're they can tell based off just everyday things who's putting in the work and who's not.
Mm-hmm. They'll see the grades. They'll see it from a physical aspect. They can see it
Literally,
from
it's
a
all
mental
it's all
aspect.
it all translate over.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do good in the classroom because one, football's not gonna last forever.
Yep.
Like there's more to life than football, and I think people really try. I think people see themselves and like their identity is football,
Mm-hmm.
that they focus so much on that they lose sight of what really matters, and it is
Yeah.
grades and life after football, and a family and relationship with Christ and all that.
Yeah.
I think they just, which isn't a bad thing, honestly. I think being focused on your sport right now is good because people do have dreams, and I do think
Yep.
that people should bet on themselves and believe in themselves and do what they believe they can do. But being in the classroom is certainly important because it holds you to a higher standard. Little things like being able to do good in the classroom allows you to do good on the football field, not having to worry about bad grades,
Mm-hmm.
not having to worry about missing assignments or what the teacher's going to say to you the next week or whatever it is that's there. But I think it holds me to a higher standard by being good in the classroom and on the field as not just a player but as a student, like, and a leader.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very important in everyone's day-to-day life.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, too, if you're playing college football, I mean, yes, you should want to be a good college football player, but
Right.
at the end of the day, you should want to also get that piece of paper because that's
Right.
what's going to set you apart from everybody else in the real
Everybody.
world,
Yep.
not in the sports world, talking about the real world. And I mean, since I've been working, I've noticed some things, I picked up on some things, right? Like especially when it comes to work and people's work ethic and how people like jive and work together. Like I think being in college football, not only the school aspect, but the college football, like the team aspect, like the sport aspect, being on a team like that, having to be scheduled, 5:30 a.m., 6 o'clock runs, workouts, whatever, that like set me up perfectly for going into the workforce that I'm in right now. Because I wake up and I go to work and it's like, man, this is easy. Like they want me to
Right.
do this, I'm gonna do it. And it's
Right.
not necessarily like I'm playing a sport and I'm doing this. Now I'm getting paid for it. So now it's
Right.
like you got to make sure that you're doing a good job and you're
Yeah.
putting your best foot forward every day. But football kind of set me up for that because the way it was structured, working with a team, having
Yeah.
coaches, it's the same thing if you're at work. You got a
For sure.
boss, coworkers, you got structured times when you're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. So I think that when especially for the younger guys playing, like I'm talking about like guys who maybe don't think like it might be for them, like just stick with it because
Right.
at the end of the day, you go into the real life in the real world, not talking about sports. It's the same thing. And if you want to be successful, I mean, you might as well get yourself prepped, get that piece of paper, and then it'll set you up for life. You know.
Exactly.
So
Sure.
I think that was a great answer, Dean. You know a lot of stuff for a 20-year-old. You're pretty smart, man. You're pretty smart.
Newly 20 as well.
Newly 20, yeah. You just turned 20. Yeah. What was it? 3 days?
The 26th. So yeah, 3 days ago,
Three or
something
four
like that.
days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're officially what is it? 5 years away from being a quarter century.
Yeah. My brain's fully developed.
You said you're what?
I still feel 18 though. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Sometimes
still a
I do
child.
too. Sometimes I do too. Not as much anymore though. I be feeling I be falling asleep, man. At 9 o'clock, I be slump. I be sleep, man. I'll fall asleep before my dog Apollo
Oh
does.
yeah, I'd be falling asleep.
uh, okay, so if coaches were describing you after this season, what would you want them to say?
I would want them to think I'm a reliable guy, physical for sure,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think physicality gets you on the field. Like people who are going to go out there and really just drop your nuts and just be in all the crap and
Mm-hmm.
all the trench wars and all the blocking and tackling. I think you want someone out there who's physical rather than timid or scared or
Yeah.
avoiding. And I want them to describe me as smart, a guy who elevates the team, a guy who elevates the position group, a guy who makes everybody around him better by leading by example and playing the right way.
I like that, man. That's good. You less focused about obviously you want them to see you as a good player, that makes
Right.
plays or whatever. But the reliability aspect and someone that's going to be there for his teammates, all that's really good and it's really important too because there's more than just one person on a football field. We all know
Right.
this. It takes all 11 on both sides of the ball and on special teams. It don't matter. It don't matter what side of the ball it is or what drive it is.
Exactly.
It takes everybody, and it takes everybody to be locked in and focused
Yeah.
and hone their focus in order to be successful that drive or that play or that game as a whole. So
For
um,
sure.
yeah, I got one more question. It's the last question I always ask my guests this. So, what would you say? What advice would you give to a young inside linebacker, maybe coming up from high school, going into college? What's something that you would just tell them?
I would say honestly, I would say be patient. Wait for your time, but like don't be comfortable. Like be urgent. Be wanting to get out there. Be in your playbook. Like because when you learn the playbook, the coaches can trust you. If the coaches know that you know what you're doing, you're the next man up. You can be a utility guy. You can teach other, like the coaches are gonna like you if you know the playbook. They can trust you. You can play, and I mean, be someone the team can rely on. Not so much in a football aspect, but as a personal aspect. Like if guys on your football team, those are your brothers, that's your family. Like they need to be able to feel comfortable enough to come up to you and talk to you, and you can pour into them and make each other better.
Mm-hmm.
Iron sharpens iron, and I
Yep.
think it's very important with a football team by pushing each other to be better and better and not staying comfortable in what we're in.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I'm glad you said that because, um, you know, a lot of people going from high school football to college football world, like they probably know these things, but it's a lot different when you're not with the team that you've been with for 4 years, and when you're away from your home and your family, it's a lot different, And sometimes, you can get a culture shock, maybe you
For
start
sure.
having different viewpoints on things. So it's really important that I think that you're saying that to those guys. I think being
Yeah.
patient, locked in. Oh, go
Another
ahead.
thing with the young guys is if you want to play, earn your role on special teams because like that is the easiest, fastest way to get on the field
Yeah.
is by special teams.
No, yeah, he's not lying, y'all. Literally the same
Like,
thing with me. Special teams, that's how I got on. That's how I started playing defense. I started on special teams first. You won't.
but yeah,
That's how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah, yeah, that's great though, man. There was one person typing in the chat, but they're not typing anymore. There's 12 people for a short.
Watching right now?
No, not right now. It's one
Oh,
person right now. There was 12 at one point, but I think the most I've had when I've done one of these is like it's like 15 or 20. But
I
like
mean
it
that's
won't it won't stay like that the whole time, you know. Like
yeah.
they'll watch, people will watch it and they'll get off. That's how it normally works. But that's why I'm really just doing this too, so like I can make the YouTube video and then I can make
Right.
reels. Like you see how like on my Instagram I have that page with all the reels on it.
Yeah.
When we get done with this, I'll start editing it and then make it into a YouTube video. I'll post it on Wednesday, and then
Okay.
I just get clips from the YouTube video, and then those are my reels. That's what I use. Like I have a bunch still that I just haven't posted. You know, I've just been
Infinite
busy.
content glitch.
Yeah. You said what?
I said an infinite content glitch.
Pretty much, yeah. But I think it's great though too because even if I maybe don't have like specific contact like with coaches and stuff or like just with people in the sports world in general, all the people who are seeing this like if if something were to come up, they can just take those videos and they can, maybe show a coach, or like
Yeah.
if for example, like if you were trying to do something in terms of I don't know, like maybe even getting a job or just wanted to talk with somebody in terms of
Right.
sports or show them something like you can
Right.
just go to the page and show them the clips. So that's kind of
Right.
also another thing
The
with that.
digital footprint.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
real
pretty
thing. Like
much.
companies do check that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty cool, and it's pretty easy to do. It's not really hard to do this. This is like a
Right.
hobby,
Right.
So I'm gonna do the closing, and then if you want to stay, you can. But if not, you need to go to the basketball game. That's okay too.
Yeah, I do
So
need to go pretty
okay,
soon.
all right. Let me do this closing real quick, and we'll get you out of here.
Right
If you
there.
guys were tuned in, watching on the live, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube and the Twitch. It's going to be XACEXST2X. That's both for Twitch and for the YouTube. Again, if you guys were watching on live, I really appreciate it. And, have a good rest of your day and stay blessed.
Stay blessed. I like that. All right, Sammy. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Absolutely. I will edit this probably today and tomorrow, and then I'll have it posted on Wednesday. And then I'll tag you, whenever I post the reels and all that. So
All right, perfect.
yes,
All
sir,
right,
it's the
Sammy.
key.